Сказала это. Это старая. Она придет.
Welcome to Innervision. We're starting off on time, and that's unusual for me. So, hey, I thank you guys for joining us. Hey, also we have that the special that's going on. We're going to put you in a raffle. If the first 10 people, we'll put you in a raffle for the our coffee mugs. Second 30 people, we'll put you in a raffle for the Innervision t-shirts. Then if you do the first 50, we'll put you in our raffle for our hoodie. And these hoodies are, I mean, it's not this one, this is just uh, a regular
Hoodies are nice.
hoodie.
Hoodies
Yeah.
are nice.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Too heavy to wear over here, but it's a nice hoodie.
Now
We
I
didn't
should
want to go back to the US.
I got the well, I got one that's too warm. I mean, it's getting too warm for even this weather. Like it's like almost like springtime. And then I guess I could have got like one that was more thinner material, but yeah, but it is what it is. So I wear it because I have a lot of cool designs. It has a flag on it, then it has I think it has an eagle in the back. And I got it when I was in Milwaukee. But I don't know if we can make a Innervision t-shirt like that.
You're in Milwaukee, what, for the beer festival?
No, no, no. No. It was the Trump thing. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but that is a place where with the Crusher, it was a wrestler named the Crusher, and he used to go jogging.
Crusher and the Bruiser and
Yeah, and he would put these cases of beer in the shoulder, and then he said he would know
keg of beer
exactly.
on his shoulder all the time.
Yeah, I said, man, that's some serious workout, but it still gave him that beer belly because he was drinking all those calories. He just wasn't running
It wasn't really a beer belly. It was
What?
it was all muscle.
Oh, well, yeah.
A power lifter type belly. It wasn't really didn't have anything to do with beer.
Huh? Oh, because I'm doing my show. Yeah, it's 5 o'clock.
Seems like you start from 6.
No. I start at 5. Okay. Yeah. So it's not nothing. I know I put like the shocking red flag story of Doja. We'll get to her in a bit. You see the other topics on there, but it was a topic I wanted to talk about. Because Pedro was talking to us a while back about maybe it wasn't on the air. I just remembered talking about the Philippine president. He was really cracking down on drugs, and he was saying that some of the police were hitting the wrong person, or they were just being vindictive and not going after like the drug dealer criminals, but they were going after people that they just had a beef with.
Yeah, some of them did. That's in a corrupt society, that's going to happen no matter what. But when Duterte was president, he ran his campaign on getting rid of the drugs.
Mhm.
And then the world court decided that he's against humanity. It's like that's the farthest thing against humanity that you have ever seen. He's keeping people from getting hooked and killed on drugs.
Yeah, and I think President Xi over in China, he does the same thing, but nobody's
So
saying
does
anything.
Putin.
He
They
does.
don't allow drugs there, and when they find them, their punishment is harsh. Middle East, same thing.
Well, I know
They caught in the Middle East with drugs and stuff, you're going to prison and you ain't never getting out.
and they have the thing of, aren't they the ones that have the thing of if they catch you stealing, they cut off one of your hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's some serious stuff.
Yeah.
Oh man. And you can't hide that kind of stuff. I mean, I guess you could, but not too long.
So much stuff going on with the world. I mean, we are in the days that the Bible talks about, you know, in
Yeah.
Revelation, and also in a bunch of different Old Testament books too. But
Oh, and another thing I forgot to put in there. Okay, you know that they remade Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
yeah, with a black woman,
No, I thought she was Hispanic.
I think she's black.
Oh, by the way, she's something. She's something other than what the original was. And then they
Yeah,
decided they couldn't discriminate against dwarfs, so they made these animated something else. You know, I don't know, creatures from outer space. Now what I understand is that they can't even promote it because they're afraid of offending their base.
they're bending their base by just doing the crap.
Well, yeah, they were. And I said, was it okay? So they can't have they're gonna have a red carpet, but they're gonna only have selected photographers, no reporters. And let's see, what else? It was something else they were gonna do. And this movie's I think it's gonna come out on the 17th. It was something else they were gonna do. So they're promoting it, but not promoting it. And I have a feeling they're gonna just lose a lot of money. And if it was so retro, they should have just scrapped it and did something else, or gave it another name. You
But
know?
you know, there all these fairy tales that Disney promoted and stuff, all and the Grimm brothers and all this stuff. You know, they aren't just fairy tales.
They have a
Crap
basis too.
really happened.
Hmm.
Witches eating kids and stuff. I mean, stuff.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, like it was
I mean, it didn't just come out of thin air. All those fairy tales. Stuff
yeah,
actually happened back in a long time ago. I mean,
yeah,
scary. I mean, but that evil is still in the world.
yeah. It just gone like
It went underground for a
underground.
few
Yeah,
centuries, and
yeah.
now it's
So
back. And
yeah,
now it's going to get worse.
and then let's see. Okay, so catch the movie at a theater near you, but you may not see any commercials about it. So it just might silently come and silently go, kind of thing. And even wasn't even some, I think even some of the actors or actresses, or the actress, she was saying discouraging things about it instead of coming out and promoting the movie as that's your job. Because I think that, yeah, she already got paid, but some of these people are not smart enough to get points on the back end. So they get paid for international distributing, get paid for uh, streams on TV. So who knows what kind of agent she had that maybe she did know about getting points on the back end or not.
Well, you
So
know, the one series, that Star Wars series that Disney did with um
Lucas,
I can't remember the name, but they kicked the one girl off the program because she was a Christian.
is that right? Now, how
Yeah.
would they know?
Well, because she was outspoken. She was a MMA star at one point and everything else, and
Hmm.
they kicked her off the program. Then the second season of it was just garbage. It
Uh,
was it was too garbage to even watch.
oh man, no, these guys, they're going down the same level.
Mandalorian, that was the name of the series. Mandalorian.
See, okay, I've heard of that. It's just
Yeah,
like the guys that did the thing with the bud. You know, if you got to know your audience,
yeah,
and if you and they have enough money to take a poll and say, okay, how would this go over?
yeah.
But
Bud Light didn't do so well, and they
yeah,
still aren't.
and I'm feeling that
Everybody's afraid of that transvestite popping out of the can at them.
Oh man, gee, that is crazy. Well, um, let's see. Oh, well, I guess Britney Spears is the same thing. I guess she's surprised that her son is musically inclined. I'm thinking if you grew up in a musical family, somebody you might think that somebody's gonna, you know, have their kind of mm, expression.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I mean,
so
my dad was a guitar player. He played on radio back in the late 50s, early 60s. My
uh,
mom was an excellent singer, and she did yodeling was her yodeling was fantastic.
wow.
But then my sister played guitar, I play guitar, my youngest brother plays guitar.
Yeah,
My
you just
my other brother, that's a year younger than me, he plays the radio. So
oh man. Yeah, so so I'm kind of figuring like, okay, did she not wasn't she around when he was practicing or I don't know. It just seemed kind of
it looks from what I've seen of the story, she wasn't really wasn't in his life.
so the dad probably took over because he was going through a little bit of a
Yeah, I mean
finding herself.
that girl had some trauma going.
I've heard her talk before, and then I first, she sounded like she had a little southern accent, but then I heard her talking, it sounded like this little kid voice. And
Yeah.
I said, that's kind of bizarre. But
Well, I mean, look at the stuff that happened to her, being raped and stuff all the time by the producers.
yeah,
I mean, that's
yeah,
just that's where this Pizzagate and Diddy stuff all leads to.
yeah. So she didn't get there by herself. And I
No,
guess
she
her dad
didn't.
was kind
Michael
of,
Jackson, same thing.
yeah, these guys, so once again, parents like, I think the only pair that I can say that really guarded the kid around that was Taylor Swift's mother because Taylor Swift's mother quit her job, went on the road with her, and he's
And look what happened to her.
yeah, politically yeah she was kind of, you got kind of bit, but but you can't I guess
No,
control
not got really nothing to do with politics. It's more her
well in those
what she's
relationships.
promoting. She's promoting Satanism.
Oh, that too, yeah. Well, I guess how
She
can you
sold her
avoid it?
soul.
Yeah, yeah, it's like how can you help but not get it? Because my friend who's in music, he said they would finish mixing up the song, they would take the song, go upstairs, do their synthetic prayers and all that kind of stuff, and then put it out there. And I'm thinking like,
Yeah.
wow. I said, okay, they're taking this thing to the next level. But and I know this is not in the show notes, but hey, sometimes I just give an outline and then we can go left, right, and beyond. Oh, don't forget, like, subscribe, and if you can, give us a tip in our Cash App, whatever. You know, so far you guys are not responding but that well. So hey, I'm watching you. All right, and leave a comment below. And if you do a super chat, then you you definitely get a shout out. Anyway, oh, so then let's see. I'm gonna think. Do I want to go down? Let's see. I want to think. What do I want to? Hold on. Was that gonna? Okay, here we go. Okay, it was something else I want to. Oh, Bill Maher. Oh, Bill Maher. Now this guy, he makes commentary. He's a comedian, and I don't understand why and this lady, Jasmine, whatever her name, Jasmine, whatever, this conscious lady, she's out there, right? she she uh, she reminds me of one of these female rappers, whatever, the way she talks and everything like that. But she's young, and I guess they're trying to become relatable to the part of the society that uh, cusses all the time. And I'm thinking like when that rap music came out, a lot of parents had that stuff going on in the car with their kids, so their kids learn all that garbage as they're growing up because the parents are listening to it uncensored. And there was a time that you can get the edited version and you can get the censored version, but the parents just said, "What the hell?" and and just did whatever they did. So anyway, so I'm listening to this conversation, and I agree. Like calm down. You're supposed to be. We hired you, yeah, but and I know Trump. He lets off some of the time, but he doesn't do it. He doesn't do it as crazy as these other guys are doing it. And that one mom who says, "Well, I don't usually curse, and I hope my kids doesn't hear this." And I'm thinking, like, then why do it? But
Exactly.
them,
If you put it on a recording, it's going to get heard.
yeah,
Probably not by people you want to be hearing it.
yeah. So I didn't, I don't agree with a lot with Bill Maher, but I'm thinking like this one, uh, you know, and
He
and
he
and that
makes he
work,
makes some he makes some good points on some of the stuff he does. Most of the time, he's just a left-leaning lunatic, but some of the stuff he talks about, it makes a lot of sense. Guy used to work, but said, "Well, he's just being a comedian." It's like, yeah, but he has such a big following and influence. He's trying to influence people's votes and stuff.
yeah, and
Comedians and actors, you know, who cares what they think about politically? They're actors. They make believe.
oh
Yeah.
yeah. And this word racist, the Democrats use that word so much that is beginning to become what I say, non and void is something like it's like the boy who cried wolf all the time. And you think that people would learn that if you forget the past, you're destined to repeat it again. We've had that story, the kid that cried wolf, wolf, and then wolf really did come, and he said wolf, wolf, and nobody came. So I have a feeling the Democrats are falling into that same line. They keep calling racist, and then all of a sudden people, well, it's already happening. People are saying, big deal. You guys use
Yep.
that word all the time, just like Hitler all the time. What else do they use? That's just becoming uh, just whistling in the wind. So it's like, yeah, keep up whatever you're doing, Bill Maher. If it's working with you and your audience, just keep it up. And of course, forget these other guys. So I'm gonna see what his commentary is gonna be tonight on the show. So yeah. So then, okay, remember in Trump's first term when those people were pulling down those statues, and
Yep.
then he put that law saying if you pull down any more statues, you get automatically 10 years. And then it just stopped.
Yep.
They couldn't pay him enough uh, through Act Blue to go out and pull out down a statue. Now, I was looking at MSN, whatever that station, and they had a bunch of that. This one guy who's you know right leaning and stuff like that, and then a bunch of other ones that weren't. And so nobody remembered that Biden was driving around in this electric Ford pickup truck.
Yeah.
And you should have heard the camera. Now, when Trump was doing it, I didn't hear any of that stuff. But they were so so far up Biden's rear end.
Well, yeah, but see now Trump bought that Tesla. He
Hmm.
bought it and had it delivered. Biden was just doing a test drive in it from Ford.
Oh yeah. So he said he's going to list them as domestic terrorists because these people are actually they're shooting at the place, they're uh, writing graffiti, they're marking up the cars, and this is costing not the people who are doing it, but these. And I heard the one that they did caught. I don't know if this is true or not, but they just slap the pretend woman on the wrist and told them to show up in court. So I think by him, and I hope he slaps the same thing. 10 years, you caught doing this, and people are complaining. Well, how come he's only doing it with Tesla? Because Tesla is the only one at this time that's doing all these stupid things promoted by the left. So I'm waiting for them to start crying like a baby when they start going to prison for 10 years. Or
I'm
will they
waiting
just,
for AOC to go to prison.
huh?
I'm waiting for AOC to go to prison.
Oh yeah, that one.
Her and Omar and who's the one from Michigan?
See Omar, and it was I forgot. I forgot. I know what you're talking about, but I forgot the other name. And there were two others, but then they got voted out that were a part of the squad. So people are starting to say enough is enough. So yeah, it's like things are getting kind of interesting. And as far as like the tariffs, they he's so positive and he knows that it's going on a certain way, but he keeps pushing back on the news department because all they want to do is negative. The guy in Canada, I was surprised that he backed down so quickly. Like that Mexico and Canada only represent 3% of our GPA, and I guess they thought they were really flexing their muscles by saying, "Oh, we're going to do this and we're going to do," well, at least he did.
Yeah.
And it was so funny how quickly it turned around.
What was that? What province was that? Was that Quebec or was that not Quebec?
Well,
Alberta, maybe.
Roberta, yeah, because he's taking over for the guy with the had that nice hair.
Nice hair.
Well, no, yeah. So it's like so this tariff thing, he just kind of, like I said, he's just kind of balancing out, doing what they call reciprocal tariffs. Reciprocal, you do us, we do you, and then it evens out. So
And China's all upset that they're getting hammered, and they aren't getting hammered any worse than you charge us 20%, we're going to charge you 20%.
yeah, so
That's fair. They've been unfair for half a century.
yes,
Why is it unfair if we start charging them tariffs?
and NPR once again they did this other story. Once again, they tell half of the story. She was going through all the other ones that were trying to get rid of the federal school board, and when she got up to Trump, the one thing that they didn't say on NPR was we were at number 40. We're at last with education when all these other countries that were like in the top 10, it said,
Yeah.
and we're spending all this money and we're number 40. So she went in and she cut half of that. And he says, we're only cutting ones that are either not doing the job, they're not going to work. And it says all these empty buildings, if it's going to be empty, we're going to get them in a position to sell them off so we can save some more money. Like they sold in the process of selling that building that has Nancy Pelosi's name on it. So
I know that the education board is worried about their unions
union. Put it back in the
Yeah.
state. They can
Huh?
have they can have all the unions they want in their state.
In the state, yeah, but they want their federal union. It's like maybe not. You ain't you're going to be around anymore.
And they keep trying to say, well, you're gonna touch special ed, you're gonna free lunches. In Colorado. Okay, so they passed this bill saying that they're gonna have free lunches for lower income kids, whatever. But they didn't know that it was so popular that not only the low income kids took advantage of it, but everybody else did too. So
Yeah.
now they have to raise that tax on people making $300,000 and over because it was so popular, the free lunch. And I said, okay. So maybe they should have put a little bit more stipulations on that one. So that
I remember
everybody,
when we were in grade school, it was free lunches.
yeah, I remember like the graham crackers and milk. I mean, we had that for
No,
breakfast.
we had full meals.
Oh yeah, I mean, but we had we had breakfast. Well, I don't know if you call that breakfast, but I just remember like in the morning we have graham crackers and milk, and it wasn't like a real breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then we would have like the lunch as well. So yeah, and shoot, yeah, I think we took it that. I think my parents. Sometimes she made us lunch, but I remember just pretty much taking advantage of the lunch that they had in the cafeteria. And I guess we had these special card that they had to punch.
Yeah, lunch card.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I haven't thought about that in years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a
Makes you
straight.
feel old, don't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah, the blue punch card. So don't lose your punch card. So anyway, so all that stuff, it got so popular. So maybe it is what it is. So now we don't have enough people, 300, making 300,000 and over to afford this thing. So what can you say? Maybe they'll put it back on the ballot and modify it. But once it's almost like once you have one of these things in effect, it's hard to take it off the table. But we shall see what happens. So anyway, so once again, remind you guys, we had the raffle going on for the first 10 donors. You get we'll put you in a raffle and we'll win a coffee, Innervision FM coffee mug. The first 30, we'll put you in raffle t-shirts, and then the second 50, we'll put you in a raffle for the hoodies. So go out there and spend some money. And try to make it at least $7 or more. If it's underneath that, it's like you're really getting a real deal. But anyway, this is our weekend. Do they have any St. Patrick's Day parades there in the Philippines?
Here?
Or yeah,
Everybody's brown.
I know. They're not gonna so supposedly Colorado, we're gonna have we have the biggest one in the United States. I'm not sure why.
In Colorado? You think
Yeah,
Boston would be the one of the biggest?
let me verify this because I know we have the biggest Martin Luther King. Okay, compare Colorado's Martin. Hold on, hold on. No, no. Compare St. Patrick's Day in Colorado. Are we the biggest? What's that? I guess we are.
Really?
100,000 people. And I
Wow.
guess it's in other towns as well in Colorado. So we got a big Irish Day. One of the 5 most popular. in America. Well, okay, I guess we're number 5 then.
Well, it
Okay,
says one of the 5 most popular.
yes,
That don't necessarily mean it's 5th, but
yeah. So we're
in the
in, we're
top
in there.
5.
So anyway, so I have it. We're gonna. I don't know if we ever went for the green beer. I think we went for like green ice cream, which is like a mint flavor. Uh, and this is kind of weird. They're gonna have a St. Patrick's Day 5 points crawl on April the 20th. Now I'm not exactly sure why we're gonna have. Why don't we just have the crawl this weekend? But for some reason they're splitting it up on the 20th of April. So I'll dig a little bit deep in that because it just doesn't seem to make sense. Why don't you just, it'd be like having a Halloween crawl on
Late
Thanksgiving.
November. Have
So,
it coincide with Thanksgiving.
yeah, yeah. So I'm not exactly sure who thought of that one. But oh well, we'll find out. So anyway, so we're gonna go down there, catch the parade and probably I get some video of it and I don't know, try to show some of it like in the background as a background scene or something like that. So anyway, so have a good weekend and
Take care.
all right.